I see myself as someone who loves my country, all right? And is my country perfect? Absolutely not. But am I fortunate enough to have been born here? Absolutely. And as patriotic as I am, I gotta say, well, hold on. You know what? I should probably get all of this stuff out of here before YouTube has a f***ing fit. All right. Where was I? Oh yeah, okay. So as patriotic as I am, it's still incredibly difficult to find a decently impressive American watch. That is, until E. Stohlman came out with the Earl. It is 2:18 p.m. Let's get down to business. That's right, guys. So here in my hands today is the Earl from E. Stohlman Watch Company. And as we move the watch around in the light, we see this black mother of pearl dial just captivates your eyes. You know, what's interesting is meteorite dials I don't really like. They're not very tasteful. There's too much going on, and I don't like it. Whereas mother of pearl, and in this case black mother of pearl, although still no two dials will be exactly alike, I feel like that iridescent kind of almost oil slick look that you get, multiple colors going on. I really love the look of this. Now, as we move the dial around, you do see some kind of pseudo Breguet numerals applied there on the outer track. Now, the dial is partitioned, and we see a nicely stepped kind of inner dial there, and it's nicely bordered by that date window down by the 6 o'clock, and then right above the spindle, we see the E. Stohlman signage, and then above that we see a nicely bordered day window. So everything here is very dynamic, but still maintains an air of elegance as we move the watch around. When we look at the dial, or I should say when we move away from the dial and we look at the case, we see some fancy lugs, we see a nice, again, stepped, grooved bezel, and then with this signed crown, if we can get up close and the camera wants to focus, we do see some nice serrations there. Now, this is a push-pull crown. However, the watch does have a 100-meter water resistance rating, so although this comes off as kind of a dressy everyday piece, you won't have to baby it if you do get caught out in a little bit of a drizzle. As we turn the watch around, you can see a nicely decorated movement with a rotor that has, you know, some skeletonization and some inking there. It says E. Stohlman. Now, what could this movement be? Well, this watch has an MWW7081A movement, which is fully assembled and tested in Maryland. Very impressive. Now we see some nice dual finishing on this case. We see some mirrored polished and some brushed here towards the center faces of the lugs and case. Very nicely done with this stainless steel. Hold on, this is not stainless steel. No, stainless steel. What are we, peasants? No, this is rhodium plated sterling silver. Very, very nice and unique. We don't see a whole lot of sterling silver watches, especially not on this channel. And sterling silver, when it comes to watchmaking, is just not that common these days. Now, as we put the watch on the wrist, we can talk about the dimensions here. 39 millimeters, 46 millimeter lug to lug, 20 millimeter lug width, 14.3 millimeters thick. It has a handmade black Nile alligator hypoallergenic leather strap. Very, very supple. We're gonna talk about that in the pros and cons. Now, as we get up close, I'm gonna try to show you this double domed sapphire crystal with AR coating. And again, the rear display case back, also sapphire. Now I gotta say, after spending some time with this watch, it might just be the most interesting thing to come out of Maryland since Daniel Stern. Guys, remember that one scene from Home Alone where Daniel Stern's character Marv was getting electrocuted, but it actually looked like he was having a super intense Anyway, let's jump into the pros and cons. A 100-meter water resistance rating for this kind of dressy watch is a huge plus, and the strap is so freaking supple. that it feels like blasphemy even thinking about changing this out. It is such a comfy strap. I'm so impressed that, you know, every time I review a watch, usually one of the weaknesses is the factory strap, but they really spared no expense with this one. It is perfect, and it makes this watch such a pleasure to wear. And the final pro is that although $2,000 isn't chump change, to find an American watch with this kind of spec sheet and, you know, all the materials used, rhodium plated sterling silver, mother of pearl dial, crazy good, impressive movement with some decent finishing and decoration, $2,000 kind of seems like a steal, especially if you're looking for something here in America. But now to the cons. The first con is that mother of pearl, although it's very dynamic, it's definitely not for everyone. And some could argue this watch is a bit thick for a dress watch, but if you wear Seiko cocktail times, you can't really complain about that. And then finally, it's from Maryland, which means it's related to the Ravens, and even though they're actually having a decent season, I've hated them since Joe Flacco was their quarterback. But let me know what you think, guys. This is definitely an interesting watch. Do you like it? Would you wear it? Is it just a bit much for you when it comes to pricing or design? Leave me that comment. I want to hear from you, and I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.